Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Miasen and welcome to my Chaos Lightsworn deck profile. So once again, for my boy Jonathan Xyz, if you're watching this, happy birthday again, even though this is one day later. But before we start, friendly reminder to like and subscribe because it motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. And yeah, let's jump right into it. So as you can see, I'm playing a couple of dangers. How many exactly? 3, 6? That's not too many, honestly. So 3 bad dangers and 3 good ones. The good ones are all limited. I wonder why. But yeah, so Bigfoot is, I guess, the most interesting danger. It is the one that is super simple and doesn't really do anything if it gets sniped when you're going first, but it has 3,000 attacks, so if you're going second, you just reveal this and your opponent is forced to negate with Dragoon. Otherwise, if you do not get sniped, you crash on Dragoon and you just play on main phase 2. So in theory, maybe I should be playing 3 Bigfoot, but honestly, I'm just not too sure. And I only had maybe like 10 to 15 hours of testing with this deck, so really not too much. I mean, basically, I think yesterday I was playing with this deck like for the entire day. But apart from that, okay, yeah, sure, I have like 30 hours of testing, but it's still not that much, so I think one Bigfoot for now is okay, but we're going to see in the future. When Nessie, obviously, I mean, I don't have to explain that. Chupacabra, I want to say to a certain extent, might be one of the best ones, outside obviously of the good ones, because since you're milling in this deck, you can even mill dangers, which allows you to just transform Chupacabra into a guaranteed danger. So maybe I'm going to cut the Mothman, because Mothman helps the opponent, and I just don't really like that aspect of it, because yeah, sure, it gives you information, so you can side well on game 2 if you win game 1, which is another interesting thing about Danger Mothman. But imagine if you let them discard like a Bigfoot, for example, and then your combo is just no longer valid because they're destroying a card. Like, you're basically transforming one of their cards, which wouldn't have been doing anything since you would VFD them, into something that just allows them to break your board. That's just not a good idea. And another thing about the Bigfoot that is relevant, especially when I'm playing Chupacabra and Jackalope, is that since it's a level 8, when I summon it, I can use it with Chaos Ruler Demonic to make a rank 8 like Zombie Stein. So Zombie Stein is how I deal with, I guess, trap cards in a way, ooh. But Imperial Order deals with spells, and VFD deals with monster effects, and then Christia for like special summons, so they really can't do too much. Yeah, this deck is actually stacked for pretty much everything, but to be fair, to a certain extent, I would probably play Jinzo instead of Christia, just for the actually, no, that's so stupid. Oh my god, I was gonna see Jinzo negate my own Imperial Order. Nice deck, bro. I guess you can play a Spell Canceller with Royal Decree. Yes, that technically works. It's just kind of bad. No, yeah, I guess it works, yeah. No traps, no monsters effects, and no spells. It's not too bad. He can still special summon, but outside of like Pancratop's Pass, can't do too much. So yeah, because he can't attack thanks to VFD. A really forgotten effect of VFD, because I see a lot of people who just, they know they can't use monster effects, but they still summon a monster and try to attack. I'm like, no. Anyways, moving forward with the Chaos monsters, I play 1 Levianeer and then 2 Chaos Creators. So this is interesting. I'm playing 1 Levianeer because it has like a very strict summoning condition. It has to banish 3 light or dark monsters. So it says light or dark, so if you have like no darks and you have like 3 lights, or if you have like 3 darks and you have like no lights, which is unrealistic because you're always going to have way more lights than darks. I mean, just look at this, man. Light, dark. But yeah, you're always going to have more lights. But Levianeer is a good one. You can recycle it with Chaos Creator and you can search it with Chaos Space. So if you're only playing 1, you're playing like 4 and potentially more. It depends. But this deck honestly has like pretty good search power and draw power, because Chaos Ruler is almost like a Pot of Duality on crack. I mean, actually, it's like much more than a Pot of Duality on crack. You excavate 5. I made a video on Chaos Ruler yesterday, so definitely go check that one out if you want to learn a bit more about this card. But yeah, it's just really insane, and Chaos Creator is just one of the better ones because it allows you to kind of have a grind game when you shouldn't. So you always shuffle back like your boss monsters that are good top decks for late game. So you try to banish your Chaos Creators and your Levianeers from your graveyard to summon that Chaos Creator, and then you put them back and alongside Christia. But Christia is the one that you special summon because one of the 3 cards that you're trying to target that with Chaos Creator, one of them gets special summoned, and the two others go, I think, on the bottom of the deck or something like that in any order. Exactly. So yeah, definitely very good. And you only have to banish one light and one dark to summon Chaos Creator. Obviously, both have hard once per turn effects, so I feel like playing 3 would probably be a little overkill, but we never know, to be honest. And then obviously the Chaos Dragons, the baby dragons, those are insane! Like, card advantage wise, it's ridiculous, and they do like so much on their own. Obviously, I'm not playing Romulus and stuff like that, which to a certain extent I actually considered playing like a Rocket Engine, but it just denaturalizes the deck completely. Like, you're not even playing Lightsworns at this point because you're locked under Darks, and then if you mill Wolf, it does nothing, and it's just it just looks whack. 2 Chaos Valkyrie, I used to play 3, but once again, man, even the special summon itself, it's not an inherent summon, so it's hard once per turn, and it's just it's maybe a little too I mean, not expensive, but I mean redundant. It can break a lot, to be honest. Christia, just you can basically play any other Floodgate instead. Like I said, you can't do Jinzo with Imperial Order. That's not a combo. But you can do Spell Canceller with Mystic Mine. And by the way, with Royal Decree. I said Mystic Mine because I was actually thinking about it. If you play a Spell Canceller in your deck, even if you play Sekka's Light, you can out Mystic Mine, and they really can't do anything about it. Even if they have like Field Barrier, you're not trying to like destroy cards on their field. So Spell Canceller, outside of like Solemn Judgment, there's really no way they can deal with it, which is actually kind of terrifying, to be honest. 3 Wolf, 3 Raiden, and 3 Lumina. I'm not playing any of the other Lightsworns. The other Lightsworns basically have no effects. I'm also playing 3 Charge, which is super obvious. I'm also not playing Solar Recharge. Solar Recharge is dreadful. How can people actually like that card? It's just awful when you're only playing like 12 Lightsworn monsters. It's just not enough. Imagine, like, the one way I can see Solar Recharge being very good is when you have, like, Lumina and Raiden, and you're going Solar Recharge, pitch Raiden, draw 2, send 2. But apart from that, it just does nothing. I want to get started. I don't want to make good hands better. So no, definitely don't play Solar Recharge unless you're playing way more Lightsworns. But since Lightsworns aren't good at getting anything started outside of Raiden, Raiden is very, very good. And Lumina is good when you have like a Lightsworn that you can get into the grave, because obviously if you have no Lightsworns in the grave, even if you have like a Lightsworn in hand, you can't do anything because you can't just go normal normal Lumina with no cards in grave, discard Raiden, revive back Raiden. No, that's not how it works. But yeah. Raiden obviously being a tuner, and like I said, a level 4 tuner, even better. So if you can summon a level 4 monster that is non-tuner, when Needle Fiber gets banned, you can still make Chaos Ruler Demonic the hard way. And there might be another way to combo through Handshabs that I could potentially show, where you make Chaos Ruler first and then you make Needle Fiber combo. So if you get ashed on Chaos Ruler, well, it doesn't do that much. I mean, it does a bit, but you can still make like Crystal Wing, the Ravenous Crocozor, VFD potentially, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, 3 Trick Clown, another really good card that you can mill. I didn't want to play like Mizuki and all that package in the main deck because I don't know, it was probably going to create like too much coupling. So Trick Clown was probably like the best that, I don't know, it's just a good card also to have in the hand, because when you're playing 6 Jet Synchrons, you can pitch the Trick Clown. It's not like Hat Tricker where you have to kind of draw it or mill the Damage Juggler, and then you can't really like discard it. It's just, Trick Clown, trust me, it's way better. And I don't feel like 3 is overkill. Maybe you could cut like 1, and then that would make like a clean 40 card deck. So this looks, I mean, it looks like better, but I don't know if it is better. But yeah, we'll see. Anything is correct basically at the end of the day. You just gotta playtest more and try to see how you can improve this deck, honestly. So 3 Jet Synchron and 3 Tuning. I kind of explained this in a way indirectly in my review of Chaos Ruler Demonic Dragon, but just being able to have like a 1-card combo that makes Chaos Ruler is just insane. If you mill Jet Synchron with Chaos Ruler, it's even like, it's also like very good, because just like Trick Clown, it's a special summon. Like I said, it has really good synergy with Trick Clown. I mean, one cool play I guess you can do, well, yeah, by the way, the tuning, I don't know if it's just me, but I got like so lucky, and there were a lot of instances where I was mailing like Wolf or Trick Clown. I could maybe send like screenshots. It's actually ridiculous the amount of luck that I've got. It's just how you know, how you tell you're really good at Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, it's just, I love this package so much. To be fair, I think I should be playing like Relinquished Anima instead of Linkuriboh, because I never really use Linkuriboh's effect. I'm going to explain why I'm playing Linkuriboh right now instead of Anima. So, the only reason why you would ever do this is because you can use the Grave effect of Link Karibo to tribute like one of the Link Cross tokens and revive it back. So when you have Link Karibo, it's a Dark's Cyberse, and then you have Chaos Ruler Demonic that you brought back with Garden Rose Maiden, which is a Dark Dragon. So if you can summon any other Dark monster that isn't Dragon or Cyberse, you can make Curious for Dark. But the thing is, your only Dark Dragon that is easy to access is your easiest monster to access that is Dark is Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, because you basically play like 5 copies of this card since you're playing 3 Chaos Space, 1 Wyver Buster, and 1 Collapse Serpent. But the other Dark monsters that would allow you to make Curious would be these 6 dangers. I just don't feel like it's easy to do, and I'd rather just use the level 1 token and Chaos Ruler Demonic to make Ravenous Crocosaur, because that way I can actually make VFD. So yeah, I don't know, it could come up, but Relinquished Anima would at least allow me to break boards going second. So if anything, yeah, we should probably cut like this guy for an Anima. So this like, I guess let's just say it's a Relinquished Anima. But anyways, moving forward, the 1 O-Lion is actually needed in the combo. If you mill O-Lion or you use O-Lion to make Needle Fiber, the combo is actually kind of the exact same. It's just that you're summoning Jet Synchron and you're using Jet Synchron with 2 tokens to make Martial Marcher, revive back O-Lion. You still have that level 3 token, so you can make Chaos Ruler Demonic. You just cannot get access to Ravenous Crocosaur because you will be missing a level 1 non-tuner, because Chaos Ruler becomes level 8, and like you don't even need to use the Grave effect of Jet Synchron to get all the way there. It's just yeah, I mean, if you played Formula Sync, I think it's Formula Synchron. No, not even. Yeah, there's no way to kind of mitigate that flaw, unfortunately. But yeah, whatever. It's not the end of the world, I guess. One Monster Reborn. Obviously, Monster Reborn can be really sick in this deck. My favorite play with Monster Reborn, I want to say, is probably revive back Lumina and then like pitch Trick Clown or Jet to revive back Raiden. And some good feelings when it actually happens. And then 3 charge, that's literally the best starter ever, because sending 3 cards for cost, so even if it gets ashed, you still have 3 mills, and when your mills can be, like, once again, Trick Clown, Wolf, and Jet, happy land it is. Tuning, I already explained that. Chaos Space is a nasty one because you can mill it, you can draw it and search your Chaos Creator or Levineer, your Collapse Serpent or Wyver Buster. Valkyria, I wouldn't really search Valkyria honestly because the baby Chaos Dragons are always kind of better. But yeah, you can just get rid of your Wolf, your Raiden if you have Lumina and stuff like that, so yeah, it's a very good card. And then Imperial Order, which you are going to always access with Curious Griffin combo. So once again, it's a very good card to mill with your other mill cards like Charge, Tuning, Raiden, etc. Or Chaos Ruler Demonic, because it allows you to save 1 step in the combo, where instead of going Curious mill the Imperial Order, you can mill Wolf instead, and then that makes it for an easier Griffin. So yeah. Moving on the extra deck real quick, so obviously I'm playing the 1 Trishula Fusion because, as I keep saying, I feel like most of my combos or most of my decks are going to be showcasing this card, because as long as VFD is legal, you are kind of forced to play VFD. It plays around Dark Ruler no more, so, you know, your opponent can't play. Like, he goes Dark Ruler into pass, so sure, no problem. I literally don't care. So Trishula is a really good card. Ravenous Crocosaur, obviously involved in the combo. Chaos Ruler Demonic, I don't have to say anything about that. Garden Rose Maiden revives back the Chaos Ruler. Martial Marcher, VFD, Zombie Stein negates evenly because you have Imperial Order for spells, VFD for monsters, potentially Appaloosa for monsters, but not necessarily anything for traps. Unless you're going send Spell Canceller and send Royal Decree. Oh my god, I'm always going to get mixed up with everything. Anyways, Minerva is a decent one when you want like when your hand is like kind of bad and you want to try to get lucky and maybe mill wolves and draw cards. But I don't know, man, it doesn't really come up that often, but it's really good going second because you can just crash on a monster that has higher attack, and then you mill 3 cards and you destroy cards your opponent controls. I think without even targeting, without targeting, up to the amount of Lightsworn monsters that you milled. Well, Lightsworn cards, but you're not playing Lightsworn spells and traps. Even Charge of the Light Brigade is not a Lightsworn card, or Solar Recharge. That's so unfortunate, man. Anyways, Griffin, obviously you get back that Imperial Order. Appaloosa, decent. It's hard to make before you're comboing off, but if your hand is like the crack and you're playing like a different version of this deck, then maybe actually. Curious, obviously, send Imperial Order. Phoenix, this is okay. I mean, it's kind of involved if you want to have like cooling Griffin, or if you are, I guess, going second and trying to break spells and traps like Floodgates, but I guess, whatever. I mean, yeah, you can break there, it can only be one, so it's decent. Needle Fiber, of course, Link Cross, and this should be relinquished Anima, because honestly, the Grave Effect of Link Rebo just does not come up enough, and Anima could potentially come up more often. But yeah, moving on to the idea section, we have Chaos Betrayer, which is another good card to mill. Not super great, but I guess it banishes a card from your opponent's graveyard when it is summoned from the graveyard. If you want to summon it from your graveyard, you only have to banish one light and one dark monster, and it's a level 6 monster, so if you can play more level 6 monsters, you can make Beatrice, and then mill like a card from your deck to the grave during either player's turn, so that's actually really cool. Photon Thrasher, there's no point playing this right now. It's Michael and Ephidon Dragster, level 7 synchro, so you can make them with Lumina and Raiden, but not too relevant right now. Dweller, whatever. Rafflesia is very, very good with Gravedigger's Hole if you're trying to play around hand traps, but I don't know, I feel like you shouldn't even copy this deck to begin with. You should probably just take it as an inspiration and try to maybe fix it in a way to play around hand traps better, but I don't know, it's just, I wouldn't really bother with Rafflesia and Gravedigger's Hole, because you're milling so much that you might actually mill that Gravedigger's Hole and not play around hand traps anymore. And imagine, you mill Gravedigger's Hole, and on resolution, your opponent Nibiru's you. Worst feeling ever, oh my god. Yeah. Anyways, Dante, because you can use, I guess, double Lumina, or Lumina with Snake or Jackalope. Mill 3, it's okay, honestly. It's like a baby Minerva, cheap Minerva. Well, Minerva is cheap now, but imagine when Minerva was like 2,000, Dante was like the 10 bucks alternative, so. Skulldeat, it's actually kind of good, to be honest. Maybe I should be playing it, because sometimes you just have a bunch of monsters that don't really do anything, but you just want to draw cards to unbrick, and you can draw into like your big boys and then get back Christia, so yeah, maybe, to be honest. And if you summon Christia and attack, it has 31, so more than a Nibiru, and they cannot crash on Christia anymore, so that's actually very interesting, to be honest. Unicorn, not bad, I guess, so yeah, you can play with Masquerena. It's just very tight on the extra deck because I wanted to fit in the VFD package, because Trishula is just generic. Just like IP Masquerena is actually not as generic as you think, because I really want to use some of my Link monsters for Link material sometimes. After I'm done with griffining the Imperial Order, I just want to get rid of it, honestly. It just doesn't really do enough as an interruption. Like, it's kind of like a bad scale drain for special summon monsters that aren't linked, but not cooling. Like, not necessarily cooling, so it's just not too great. Barricade Board Blocker is just a card that I used to play because it's a dark machine, so if I had that plus Link Rebo and Chaos Ruler, I could make Curious easy, and then I could use the effect and I guess discard a Trick Clown if I was really desperate to get like an extra summon, but not too great, honestly. It's really neggy when you're making a Curious with like Link 4 worth of materials, just really bad. Union Carry is good if you're playing Buster Log, but it's not really worth it game 1, I guess. Well, main deck, I want to say. And then I'll re-explain the rest. Solar Recharge is just not too great. But anyways, that's pretty much all I had to say and showcase for this Chaos Lightsworn deck profile. If you guys have any comments or feedback, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.